Hello everyone, this is Vortex, and in this video I'm going to talk about our favorite redhead, Malon. Malon is a recurring character that makes her appearance in Ocarina of Time, the Oracle games, Four Swords Adventures, and the Minish Cap. In most of her appearances, she lives with her father at Lon Lon Ranch, where they raise cows, cuckoos, and horses. Malon in Ocarina of Time is a very important character, as she teaches Link Epona's song, which he needs in order to be able to ride on Epona. Now, Malon, as we see her in the game, is not a very mysterious character. Her potential past and future are, though. The first theory I'm going to discuss is about Malon as a possible love interest for Link. There are a few pieces of evidence that suggest Malon could be the wife of Ocarina of Time Link and the ancestor to Twilight Princess Link. A gossip stone outside of the Temple of Time states that Malon dreams of being swept away by a knight in shining armor. Link fits the description perfectly. Talon jokingly mentions that Link should marry Malon. A dad wouldn't really make jokes about this unless he really thought Link was a good match for his daughter. Talon's only objection to marriage seems to be Link's age. Talon and Malon are both very friendly and family-like towards Link from the moment they met. The subtle hints of Malon having a crush on Link also supports this theory. Malon is one of the few eligible bachelorettes in Ocarina of Time that does not become a sage. All of the girls that could potentially be Link's wife are sages. Nabooru and Impa are a bit too old. They both treat Link as a young man and not as a potential partner, although Nabooru does comment she thinks he is handsome. The timeline where Ocarina of Time Link settles down and marries is the Child Link timeline, which means the sages remain unawakened. It's not clear whether this means they can live a regular life or not, but I assume they can't. Either way, Sarah remains a child for the rest of her life, and Ruto is a fish, so it would be a bit weird for Link to pursue a relationship with them anyway. Zelda is also not a likely candidate to end up married to Link. Twilight Princess Link grows up on a farm. He has never set a foot in Hyrule, which would be weird for someone of royal descent. Malon, however, is a farmer girl. The location of Ordon Ranch is quite accurate for the former location of Lon Lon Ranch in Ocarina of Time. If you view the Temple of Time as the main reference point, then Lon Lon Ranch used to be sort of south of it. Ordon Ranch is in that location. Also, Malon states that Epona's song is a song that her mother used to sing to her. Twilight Princess Link also knows of this song. It's possible that Malon had passed this song down to her children, as her mother had done before her. Now for the second theory. Could Malon be of Gerudo descent? This is quite an interesting theory, but while looking for in-game evidence to support it, I actually ended up with more evidence to debunk it. The first piece of evidence is Malon's vibrant red hair. Talon gives an interesting reaction when Link approaches him while wearing the Gerudo mask. He will state that the mask looks a lot like his wife, but then backs down on this and claims that it doesn't. He could be saying this as Gerudo are very notorious and disliked among Hylians. It could be that he didn't want to endanger himself and Malon for being associated with Gerudo. However, he does say the same thing when presented with the Goron mask, so this should be taken with a grain of salt. Secondly, looking at Malon's clothes, you can see lettering that resembles a typical Gerudo decorational pattern. It's seen on her sleeves and on the bottom of her dress. The letters form the word Lon and Hylian though, so they aren't Gerudo decorations after all. Malon is quite a gifted horse breeder. Her singing has a calming effect on horses and she enjoys spending time with them. Gerudo are well known for their horse riding skills. It could be that she inherited this innate ability to handle horses well. However, Malon did grow up on a ranch, so it's more likely she just learned how to do it from her father. Also, we never see Malon's mother. It's said that she died while Malon was little. It could be that her mother was Gerudo who defected, since she didn't want her daughter to grow up in a dangerous place like the desert. She and Talon could have settled at the ranch instead, in order to provide Malon with a normal life. It's far more likely though that Malon's mother was just a regular Hylian woman. Malon's main point of possibly being Gerudo is her hair. She doesn't have the typically colored skin or rounded ears like the rest of the Gerudo do. It seems that these traits are dominant considering all Gerudo have them and all Gerudo are half-breeds with Hylians. It's said that the Gerudos steal men from Hyrule in order to make sure that the tribe lives on. In the game, it's stated that the Gerudo are looking for boyfriends, but we all know what's really going on. As much as I like this theory, I have to conclude that it's not very credible.